Here from CNC Crafts and Antiques, and I'm back again, and I'm going to be showing you an item in our store, which I will list in the description how to get to our store on Etsy. And this is vintage and new fabric and lace lot number 7. So first I will go ahead and show you the laces. So there's this lace. I found it in a store. It was still in the bag, so I just kept it in here. Some people like when you find old vintage laces still in the packaging. This is 1 5/8 of a yard, and it's just like a roughly white yard. I don't know if you can see the pattern very well with the bag. And so here is this lace. It's about a yard. I think they call this a bobbin lace. Just a pretty filler lace. And this is a nice eyelet, nice thin eyelet. Okay, that's about a yard as well. And this is just some old vintage lace. It's about a yard too, or is a yard. And then also, I'm including this, and this is kind of a Venice lace that was made into a scarf. So at the bottom there is some dangles that you can see, or maybe it's not Venice, I don't know exactly what it is called. It looks like a Venice lace. And then throughout the whole scarf there is these little triangles that have these sequins on them, iridescent sequins on them. And when I bought this, my thoughts were to make dangles out of these. I thought they would work really good as, you know, dangles. You know, you could cut them apart this way, make like a dangle trim. If you like cut a piece and then cut down each line to make a dangle, there's just a lot of possibilities with this, and it's quite long. It's definitely over a yard. So that's fun. And that's a little bit of a off-white, as you can tell, to the stark white. Then I also have this unique trim. There's quite a bit of it. It's a black trim with gold iridescent kind of sequins on it. It's really sparkly. It's on a black net with gold embroidery and then the gold sequins. Here, let me bring it up close to you. It's really shiny. And there's definitely, I would say, like almost 3 yards or more here. Okay. Oh, yes. So out of these 2 black trims, it says it's 4.5 yards. Then there's this other black trim that the sequins kind of match to, like a, but they're more of a silver iridescent. And as you can see, it's a long tassel trim with the sequins in on the tassel and on the top. So it's really quite pretty, but it's black, so I just never got around to using it. It'd be perfect for like a flapper's dress. Okay, so there's all that pretty yummy trim. And I think this, I've seen these before. I think this might have been used as a scarf too, but I don't know. There's no tag on it or anything, but I found it and I thought it was really neat, so I picked it up. So I got that. And then there is these 2 vintage hankies with the embroidery that have been in the other lots too. They have the embroidery around the edge as well as the flower on the corner. There's that one. And this one. Just 2 different flowers. And then there's this napkin. And I just really like the design on it. I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh, you can kind of see it over here. But the design is just really pretty. Plus, The color of the material is really nice too. It's kind of a beigey cream, and then the design on it is like a off-white silky looking color. It's really pretty. And that's just the size of a napkin. Okay, and then I got these two appliques that I cut off a garment, and they are black with seed beads and bugle beads. There's lots of beading on them. They're really shiny. Okay, there's two of those. They match. Okay, and then I have some other appliques that I cut off some garments. So there's this one, and it has the silver sequins. It also has the shiny gold, and then the dull gold, or what other color might you call that? Bronze, yeah, bronze, or antique. Why am I not? I'm not able to think today. But as you can see, it has all those sequins on it. It's really shiny, and it also has beadings or beading done on it around the edges of all the sequin parts, and everything can be cut up. It's really you know, if you just glued on the back, you could cut the pieces apart easily. So it's really pretty, and I have two of these, and they're quite large. Sorry, I'm having to film out in the family room today because we're redoing our crafting room. So there's a lot of people coming in and out. And then there's this other applique too. It's the same as the one before. So there's two of those. And then I also just added in some of that fabric just because I really liked how it frayed, and it just looked really cool to me. And I thought if you were going to use these appliques, you might want to have some of the fabric as well. Okay, and then okay, and this is some more of that fabric. And I don't know about you guys, but when I take apart shirts to use them, I like to keep these pieces just because they're so tattered, and if you cut them up, they make such awesome dangles. They just, or even you can use them on flowers. I just really like these pieces off of when I take a shirt or something apart. So there's just some more of that material. Then there's this edging from a pillowcase that has some crochet. It's white with the crochet edging on it. And it has this flower right here that's so pretty. Pretty good shape. No staining. And then there's this one. It's another piece with the crochet edging. So it is a circular piece that if you decided to use it, you would need to cut up. But the reason I love buying these, and they're already on the, you know, the edges of the pillowcases, is because it's thicker on the end. Plus, I can just cut a chunk and use it as a pocket, you know. And there's so, you know, there's enough that there's like a yard, so I can just, you know, cut a chunk and use it as a pocket, or do whatever I like with it, or I can even, you know, put it along the bottom of a book. Okay, and then there's, since I had some gold in this slot, I decided to add this piece, and this is a pretty big piece of material. It's really pretty. It is sheer. And then it has these, they're just pretty much like glittery spots on it. But it's really shiny, as you can see. The whole material is. And there's quite a bit of it, but as you can see, that's what it looks like. And it has some, you know, just designs on it, and excuse me, it's just a really pretty material. I thought I could make pretty little flowers out of it. Okay, and then I added in a piece of this was a table runner with the flower cutouts on it. They do have some gold in the middle. There's no staining on this piece, and it's all cut out, and you can cut these out individually. I've done it and used them on projects and in my flowers, like as the bottom parts of them. They're just really pretty, plus all these swirly parts. I've like tucked them into the flowers too. They work out real good, and it's all embroidered, so it's real nice. And there's the back. That's what the back looks like. Okay, and the last piece is just, it's a doily. There's some staining on it. It's just a little doily, but it's cute. I love anything crocheted. I think the reason is because I know how long and how much work it takes to crochet things, that I really have an appreciation for the people that do it. So I just pick up anything I find crocheted, especially at thrift stores. I just can't believe anyone ever gives that stuff away. It's crazy. There's just so much work involved in it. So anyways, so this is a little doily. And that is the end of lot 7. And again, on the Etsy store, it is called Vintage and New Fabric and Lace Lot 7. And it's on our Etsy store at CandCCraftsNAntiques. And I will link everything below, so you can just check that out. If you have any questions, I will link everything below in order to contact us as well. Thank you. Have a great day.